Hi everyone. In my last video, I talked about how I used to be fascinated with a computer science field called Ramsey theory, and there were two particular cases that fascinated me. Sorry if I'm being a little bit too technical here. There was the classical Ramsey numbers, and one of the unsolved ones was R55, and then there was a Folkman number, which was also about equally intractable. And at one point, I wanted to see how long I wanted to estimate how long it would take to find these numbers and graphs. So I wrote a pretty decent branch and bound kind of algorithm. Sorry if I'm being a little bit too technical here, but I'll get to the interesting part soon. And I ran a fraction of the code, and I estimated roughly uh, one billionth of the code, and it took about 1,000 seconds. So, in other words, the entire program would take about 1 trillion seconds to run. And I was thinking it wasn't so bad. It sounded like it might be a few years, but my program probably wasn't 100% optimal either. Maybe with some tweaks, I could shorten it down to like 2 or 3 years, and maybe it'll be done before I leave the PhD program. And so I got out my calculator to figure out just how long 1 trillion seconds is anyway. And I discovered it was 30,000 years, which is surprising to me because I remember, you have to understand, not long before that, the word trillion was thrown around the news like it was nothing. $1 trillion budget deficits and Social Security being trillions of dollars underwater after 75 years, the trade deficit with China, and China holding $1 trillion worth of US bonds. I collect coins, and when I heard $1 trillion, the first thing I tried to envision was to take, $1 coins like the Sacagawea or the presidential dollars, to take 1,000 of them and line them up this way, and then 1,000 this way, and then a million high. And I tried to calculate what that would look like. And I remember it being several times taller than the Empire State Building and stretching many, many blocks. And but it was thrown around the news like it was nothing. And well, actually, I don't think there would be that much metal to make that many coins in the first place. So if they tried to do that, the metal they used and the coins would probably go to the sky in terms of the price. Um, but I had a computer program that could find R55 in 30,000 years. And then I started to wonder about planting a time capsule to do that, have some kind of really sturdy computer that could withstand 30,000 years of running. And it would have to be powered by either sunlight or geothermal power and then be buried underground so that nobody would touch it. And on top of that, it would be sealed in a gold vault so that the corrosion couldn't set in. And then on top of that, I would place a time bomb so that after 30,000 years, there's a blast out for everybody to see, and then people could dig up the computer and go, "Oh, R55 is whatever, and here's the graph for it." And I missed my opportunity. I learned that a few years ago there was a satellite that was launched into space called Keo, which was a time capsule with input from many, many people. I don't know if Keo had the capability of running a program on board, but after 50,000 years, it would fall back to Earth. And I don't know where it would land, though. I don't think you could control something that long. It'd probably land in the ocean. Um, Anyways, I missed that opportunity though. I wish I had contacted them back then to see if they could run that program for me. Another interesting thing I learned about when I was reading about the time capsule was that there is something called the Crypt of Civilization, which is a room set up in a museum that is to be opened in the year 8113. Not quite long enough to run that program unless I optimize it a little bit. When I get down to 6,000 years, maybe I'll contact the museum owner to see if they'll let me put a computer in there. Thanks for watching.